Henry Cavill is coming back to reprise his role as Superman. If you didn't catch that, it's been clipped into a smaller video. Go check it out on the channel. But now it seems that we're getting a little bit more news, Trevor. So
more news.
So it seems as if though as being reported, and I'm gonna go over here to. Here we go. But yeah, what's being reported right now is that this is coming to us from CBR that Henry Cavill's Superman is not only returning for Black Adam, but it appears that he is returning for possibly a sequel movie to Man of Steel, which I would just like to say, it's about damn time.
Right? What are you waiting for?
What has been going on over there?
Get your shit
It's
together,
been,
dudes.
what, 12 years, 10 years? 10 years now. It was 2012 when that movie came out. It's been 10 years. It's been a decade. This man's had the cape in the closet for 5 of those years, and I am just sick of it. Again,
That's
it's one
a lot of people's favorite superhero movies.
It's one of the most underrated comic book movies ever made. I understand why people dislike it, but it's a good movie. And regardless whether lots of people enjoyed it or not, it still has decent critic reviews, it made money. So how? And it's Superman. It is the premier comic book character. Period.
Yeah,
guys. Period. Marvel, DC, it doesn't matter. This is the premier comic book character. And to set this thing on the shelf for a decade seems ridiculous. Wow. So I want to start by just saying, yeah, it's about damn time. And thank you. Thank you, universe, or whoever. There's lots of gods, whoever it is.
Whichever God was responsible.
We appreciate it. But I'm just glad to see him back. We just heard about him coming back as Black Adam, or in Black Adam. But to hear that we may be getting a Man of Steel 2 is really nice to hear. And the thing is as we talked about, yesterday, the question has been, not will we get a Man of Steel 2, but will we even get Henry Cavill back as Superman? And it seemed like no, but I do want to read a couple things here that from this article on CBR. During a recent episode of Marvel Vision podcast, industry insider Devin Fariachi claimed that not only is Cavill back as the Man of Steel in Black Adam, he is set to headline a standalone Superman film next. The reason why Henry Cavill has returned as Superman in Black Adam is because, and I mentioned this yesterday, is because, quote, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson demanded it, Faraci said. Like he went hard. This is a quote. Like he went hard, full court press on Warner Brothers and made them go to Henry Cavill. And they had to sign a new deal with Henry Cavill, including saying they were going to develop a new Superman movie. And it was all because The Rock insisted.
Can you smell what The Rock's cooking? He's cooking up a gosh
what did I say?
Superhero movie.
I said yesterday on the show, I said, yeah, they didn't want Henry Cavill back possibly. Henry Cavill didn't want to be back possibly. But when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson calls your phone, you don't say no to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And if this headline, this story proves anything, it's that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Hollywood, guys. He is Hollywood. He is big time, bigger than big time right now. He made the calls. He's like, you want me, you want this, then you do what I say. I don't care if you don't like him. I do. That's crazy. That's awesome. Wild. I'm so glad to hear this news. I'm so glad that The Rock went out and fought for his friend, fought for, in my opinion, the best iteration of Superman we've had, the best actor we've had, the best made for the role actor. Yeah. I mean, not only does he look like Superman, he feels like him. Yeah. He's just a great Superman.
Man
And
behind him too, like you just like if you even sort of follow him, you just know he's just a great dude.
right,
He's
right,
just a
and that's
good
what I was
guy.
saying with him and The Rock having the same agent too. You know, these guys are kind of buddy too. So it's at the end of the day, it's a friend helping a friend, and that's just awesome. That's just awesome to hear. I mean, not only does this mean that again we're gonna get him in Black Adam for sure. Now it seems as though is that we're probably gonna get this Superman movie in development here in the next couple of years. I mean, Henry Cavill's not getting no younger, so we better get it done. And from rumors, from the releases from Mexico that were leaking yesterday, they were saying some of the people, audience members that seen it, were saying that this Man of Steel had the brighter colors on his suit. Like he had the original suit from Man of Steel, but it was all vibrant and bright, which tells me probably we're going to see that Superman that all of you that couldn't stand Man of Steel are going to want to see. We're going to see that, you know, your cat stuck in the tree, Superman, you know, which is cool, I think. But and I'm sure we'll get a healthy balance.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited to see, you know, where we go with this. You know, who do they bring on to direct this? You know, we had the J.J. Abrams Superman that was just, you know, blown up and kicked off and kicked out, and so that's gone now. There's been talk of a black Superman movie with potentially Michael B. Jordan or someone like that, and so where would that, you know, leave all of us, and where does that leave, you know, the DCEU with Superman and Shazam and all of these other things? Is there so many? All this really does is not only get us excited, but just adds a lot more questions. And yeah, as we move forward, I'm excited to see the answers to those questions and see what happens with those kind of things. But Trevor, you're having a chance to now, you know, hear this quote. You know, you're having a chance to hear what The Rock has done for his pal Henry Cavill, and not only for him, but for us as fans and the world. Yes, for the world he's done. And what are your thoughts? Give us some of your thoughts on this.
Well, I'm very excited about it. I'm extremely excited about it. It's, to me, the Man of Steel thing has been one of those things I've just been baffled by since the start. I remember watching it in the theaters, and at the time I was very like, I was late high school, and I had just really started to dive deep into movies. So I kind of went through that. I was going through that phase where I was super criticky about everything. And so, like, at the time, I remember seeing the critics, like, rating on there. I was like 55. I was like, probably not going to be that good. And so, like, it really affected the way I saw it. But the second time I watched it, I remember thinking, man, you know what? Like, at least the first half of this movie is amazing. And then the more I've watched it, I've gotten older and I've kind of gotten away from that extremely strict way of looking at movies. I've seen it as what it is. It's like, I think it's an underrated, like, masterclass in a superhero movie. Like, and we were talking about, like, how probably now he'll have the more brighter look of the Superman. What I love and apparently will continue to love about this Henry Cavill Superman is that we have gotten a progression. You know, a lot of the times when we see and think of Superman, we think of Superman deep into his career. It's like he understands now how powerful he is. He understands how to handle that power, and he uses it amazingly, and he's the best of all of us. But when the one we saw earlier, he's a dude with a big heart, a big heart, and a good upbringing that's helped him to do things, but he has never faced anything even remotely like what he is now being faced with, including the media storm that's coming with it. So you see this guy grow right in front of everybody, and so he makes mistakes, and he does things that maybe the Superman that we know wouldn't really do because he's young and doesn't know how to do it yet. But I like another big thing about the Man of Steel, between it and Wonder Woman is probably my two favorite, like, just original natural DC movies. I don't need the director's cut of any of these. They're good by themselves. But if you watch all the way through this series, like with the Zack Snyder director's cuts, you get to see that progression. You get to see him in the next one. You know, like he's went through this and he's repentant and he's trying to make it better. But he's still that heart is pushing all the way through. And then finally in Justice League, we see him like come back from the dead and kind of lose himself. And then finally we see him kind of settle into that Clark that we all know and love, you know, and start to really, it's like, well, I've been dead now. So, I mean, I guess that can't hold me back. So, well, I mean, this kind of an interesting life. Let's just chill then, you know. And it's been a cool progression, and the fact that it's been sitting on the shelf to me, it's just baffling to me. And it to me, it's just a symptom of the fact that obviously Warner Brothers has no clue what it's doing right now. Like it is completely in chaos over there, and it has been for a while. And I think and it. It's crazy that it took The Rock, and it's crazy that The Rock can do something like this, like to just be so, you know, like just politely pestering about it, to where it was just all this time it could have happened, but it just took one dude to just be like, dude, come on, you're sitting on a gold mine, do something with this, bring him into my movie, make more of this movie. This dude is good at this role. You're just wasting him. Come on, you know? And I can almost picture The Rock in the room having these conversations, just because the dude is so, there's no one like The Rock, you know, because he's just like, he'd make a good Superman in a lot of ways, because he has so much like power in a lot of ways, but he is so generous with it and kind with it. And I love that dude. And it just, on top of all that, to close it off, it's another reason why I love The Rock so damn much. You know,
no doubt. No doubt. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, again, I mentioned it yesterday that they may not have wanted Henry Cavill back, but again, when Dwayne calls your phone, man, no one in Hollywood is not answering that call.
No
one. And then when he asks you for a favor or says that we need to do this, it's, yes, Mr. The Rock Johnson. That's the only way to respond. That, or you may get people's elbow too. So you don't want to mess with The Rock, man.
No, only is he charismatic. He is big and can, and like you said, people's elbow.
Yeah. For sure. So yeah, really cool, you know, like I said, that this is happening, you know. Again, this is really early on, and this is, you know, there's nothing reported yet for, you know, who, if there's a script or who would be writing it or who would be directing or producing or anything like that. But if I had to guess, I would guess that Dwayne The Rock Johnson would be somewhat involved, even if on just a producer level. But yeah, so, and it's pretty cool. You know, guys, if you had a chance to hear this and check this out, Henry Cavill coming back, not only in Black Adam, but also gonna finally get that Man of Steel 2 movie that we're all dying and waiting to see. Let us know down in the comment section below what you guys think. Are you guys excited to see Henry Cavill? Do you guys hate Man of Steel 2? You know, it's a divisive thing. So